So this is a fantastic question you have asked about togetherness, couplehood, oneness. You see, we have to understand that we live in a time where we are surrounded by so many stereotypes and perfect looking fake lives on Instagram and Facebook. Sometimes we begin to judge and evaluate what we have with our partners or our significant others and holding them to impossible standards. Let's take a moment and think about it. Allegedly, to have a perfect relationship, how much pressure is on two people? How many different needs you need for a person? You need to be a perfect housemate, friend, companion, travel partner, lover, philosopher, caretaker when you're sick. It's just so difficult, nearly impossible to find someone who can meet all these needs for you in your life at all times. What that happens is perfect becomes the enemy of very good and extraordinary. So we sometimes fail to appreciate how beautiful a connection is just because it doesn't fit all our needs. So instead of celebrating what we have, we sometimes begin to see what would make it perfect. And perfect really becoming the enemy of what's good. It's like looking at how the glass is empty. Let me share with you an experience of my life from a time I was a little bit younger. My hair was all black and a lot longer, let's put it this way. My paths crossed with, I would call, a special friend. We had an amazing connection. We met under very unusual circumstances by chance, but like really connected. We realized we had so much in common. Love for art, love for travel, love for culture, love for spiritual pursuits. We were both home buddies, so like liking to stay home instead of going out partying, even though young. And this was perfect. But there was just one problem. She lived one ocean away. And for us to be together, we needed to cross the Atlantic. So sometimes when we would be spending time together, either she would be visiting me or I would be visiting her, there would be moments where time would stand still. It would be just so perfect. Whether we were making a meal, or we were watching a sunset, or we were taking a walk, or generally talking about our goals in life, it would be perfect. Time would stand still. And my heart would say to me, you know what, Leo? What if this could be more? What if you would make the effort to label it into something that it potentially could be? And I would think about it and wrestle with myself. Do I bring it up? Do I not bring it up? Eventually, I began to appreciate a reality that why what we have is beautiful is because when we are together, it's a moment of connection and celebration of what we have, not an assessment and working on what we don't have, what's harder to have. And I began to realize that maybe if we tried to label it and fit it into stereotype of a relationship, we will actually lose the connection. And as years went by and we got to experience more life together, I began to truly appreciate the amazing uniqueness, oneness and self-expression of this wonderful time that we spent together, and not worry about what we couldn't make it mean or what we couldn't label it as. And I'm very, very grateful that both of us did not decide to climb this Mount Everest trying to fit and be for each other what would have been very, very hard. Rather just enjoyed that these moments of togetherness and connection, celebrating this beautiful journey of life having crossed paths for the period we actually had. And that gave me this wisdom that please value and appreciate your partner, your companion, your spouse. I mean, you don't even have to use these labels for whoever special you have in your life, for what you share with them, what you can celebrate with them, what's so unique in your connection with them. And please do not focus on what you don't have with them, what it cannot be. And don't put on them the expectation that they would find difficult to fulfill and meet. You will find your capacity to experience their wholesomeness, authenticity of the relationship will bring a level of joy and intimacy and togetherness and sheer self-expression in a relationship that would be so much more valuable than a cliche of a relationship which checks all the boxes. So that's really what a true connection is. When you celebrate what you have wholeheartedly without judging or evaluating about what you would rather have had or what it is not. this is really the secret of success in any kind of a relationship. Celebrating the here and now, celebrating the connection, celebrating what you have and giving it your all, and not worrying about what you don't, or putting unrealistic expectations on your partner.